It'll be difficult to rank the Marvel films because each one has its unique fan base. However, we're going to try to compile our own list. Let's see what we got. Before we get further, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Alright, let's get to it. At number 10, Doctor Strange. Stephen Strange, a driven but cocky New York neurosurgeon, sees his career turned upside down after his hands are ruined in a car accident. Strange visits a monastery in Kathmandu, where resident mystics are said to have mastered sorcery in an attempt to reclaim his lost deafness. Strange forgets about the broken hands after meeting with the monastery's top warlock, the Ancient One, and instead immerses himself in ancient writings, astral exploration, and the discharge of green beams from his fingers. The advent of a transcendental baddie hell-bent on shattering the magical shields that protect Earth from the interdimensional criminals sparks a flurry of wizardry wars. The aesthetically stunning picture brings Benedict Cumberbatch to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. At number 9, Thor. Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth, offers humorous light comedy in many of the current MCU films, but his initial appearance in this Kenneth Branagh-directed narrative had a considerably more serious tone. Thor is banished to Earth at the opening of the film, found unfit to wield his hammer, which is crashed in the New Mexico desert. He falls in love with astrophysicist Dr. Jane Foster, who's come to investigate. Tom Hiddleston's Loki steals the show, but it's all a touch too serious. At number 8, Guardians of the Galaxy. It was evident from the start that Guardians of the Galaxy would add something really strange to the MCU, with Chris Pratt's Star-Lord dancing through an abandoned alien vault on a faraway planet to come and get your love. It wasn't a well-known comic, but the film brought much-needed comedy and color to a series that was on the verge of becoming overly dark after the events of The Winter Soldier. It became an instant fan favorite due to a soundtrack of 70s and 80s bangers and the charismatic Pratt at the head of a band of hilarious misfits. At number 7, Spider-Man Far From Home. One of the toughest decisions on our list was deciding which Spider-Man flicks we preferred. Our list, on the other hand, exhibited a small preference for Spider-Man Far From Home, and it's easy to see why. Things go crazy once Peter Parker begins to get control of his talents and relationships, as Mysterio discloses Peter Parker's identity to the world. Yikes. We also love that J. Jonah Jameson has finally made his mark in this side of the Spider-Man universe. At number 6, Captain America, The Winter Soldier. Following the apparent disappearance of Bucky Barnes, the second Captain America film featured one of the most crucial characters yet, the Winter Soldier. The film depicts what a current Hydra group looks like and how their terrorism has evolved over time. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, has also additional Black Widow participation in the MCU, as well as the Falcon's formal debut. We may dislike witnessing two closest friends quarrel, but we'll overlook it since it means we get to see Cap in action. At number 5, Captain Marvel. Marvel's worst blunder in the whole MCU canon has been delaying the release of Captain Marvel. The film, set in the past, depicts Marvel's descent as she finds her origin story and improves her powers. The film's main issue is that it doesn't explain what happened to her because of the conclusion of the first title and what happens years later in Endgame. At number 4, Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming might have easily seemed like the third effort to bring a new take on Spider-Man to theaters in only 15 years, but director Jon Watts and star actor Tom Holland breathed new life into the character, making Spidey feel current, fresh, and very endearing. The inclusion of Downey Jr.'s Iron Man as a key character in the plot places the film comfortably within the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe without being overbearing, and the balancing of Spider action-packed man's adventure with Parker's everyday high school drama creates a more relatable character than previous iterations. There's plenty of amazing web-slinging and day-saving action, but it's the film's humanism that shines through, pushing it to the top of our list. At number 3, Iron Man. The first MCU film was one of the greatest. Iron Man premiered in 2008, exactly a year after the first iPhone was unveiled. Thanos was only a twinkle in the grand scheme of the Marvel Cinematic Universe at the moment. Despite its age, the title hasn't declined rapidly. Stark's usual stubbornness and arrogance are sprinkled throughout the film, and it only grows stronger after he escapes his kidnappers and develops the first metallic suit. Stark's legacy is secure from there. At number 2, Thor Ragnarok. Thor, as Taika Waititi's film will be regarded in future cinephile circles, came top slot because it's simply a masterpiece. Ragnarok is postmodern and by far the funniest Marvel movie to date, ditching the occasionally annoying Marvel sarcasm and not quite working Thor formula for something considerably more uncomfortable and really strange. Sure, Cate Blanchett's villain Hela lacks zingers, but Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie is drunk and fun, and then there's Jeff Goldblum. Every facet of the tale, from Thor and Hulk's side mission to the defense of Asgard, has been thoughtfully stitched together in the style of a trippy indie film, which is even more astonishing given that this is a massive Disney feature. And at number 1, Avengers Infinity War. When it comes to the translations from the comic book panel to the big screen, this is an epic film that's already aspired but never fully grasped. This film seems to be the result of the filmmaker's thoughtful consideration of the screenplay. They've embraced the majesty, the sheer spectacle, and everything else in this. Like the echoes and ripples of the emotional arcs put down in the previous decade, the characters have given such depth to virtually every scene and also every line. Well guys, that's it for this one. What'd you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.